Hello, world and universe. Welcome to the Trevor Donald Experience. Manifest your truth. And if you're new to the channel, please hit that like and subscribe button. And for all my continued followers, I want to say thank you. And this is an opinion-based video channel where I try to open your eyes and ears up to some of the travails and tribulations that take place throughout our cities, our states, our country, and sometimes around the world. And this one I got for you straight out of New York City. And oh my God, what is happening in New York? The court system is going to be inundated. The state and the federal court systems are going to be inundated with many arrests and many crimes that are being committed each and every day. New York, with being one of the largest cities in America, a multicultural city, rich, poor, there's always going to be extreme dynamics that take place in just trying to navigate through that expensive, crowded city. But there is a lot of chaos and disruption that's taking place. And this story is about a plastic surgeon and his girlfriend and what he allegedly did to her. It has an overcast of some puffy symptomology associated with it. And once you hear this, please tell me what you think. This is a very, very sad story. And if these allegations are true, this plastic surgeon needs to be locked up and off the streets. So here we go. Plastic surgeon used Frankenstein-like procedure to repair alleged attack on model girlfriend, lawyer says. A New York model and singer who fled to Los Angeles to escape her ex-boyfriend is alleging he cracked her skull during a domestic beating and covered it up with a forced procedure without anesthesia that he did on her, and locked her up in his home as his SX slave, according to a new lawsuit. Maya Willow Sias, a North Carolina native who uses her middle name professionally, is suing her ex, Dr. Ammar Mahmood, whose clinic, Alenia Medical Associates, is headquartered on Fifth Avenue in New York City. She said it was a beating, literally a beating within an inch of her life, her lawyer Larry Hutcher told Fox News Digital. It's an incredible story that he then tries to take her and fix her himself. He said it's an incredible story that he then tries to take her and fix her himself after he beat her. So he beat her and then he tried to do a procedure on her without anesthesia to fix the trauma that he caused on her. And the lawyer said it was Frankenstein-like. The lawsuit includes graphic photos of bruises on her face and other parts of her body. There's a dent in her head from where she was hit, attorney Hutcher said. She hasn't fully healed after all of this time. Selfie photos she took in the aftermath of the alleged abuse show her with a badly bruised face, broken nails, bloody lips, and other injuries. The doctor also allegedly forced her to take antidepressants and a medical-grade ketamine to keep her subservient, according to the lawsuit. Attorney Hutcher said his client had come forward out of concern for other women's safety. Dr. Mahmood's ex-wife previously accused him of abuse as well, the lawyer said, and Willow is afraid of what he might do to others. She believes that she's protecting other people from further abuse. Fox News Digital's attempt to reach the doctor directly were unsuccessful, and calls to his offices in New York City and on Long Island went unanswered. Photos taken over the weekend show him driving a Bentley SUV and meeting two other women at different times. He was carrying Louis Vuitton shopping bags with one hand and picked up bottles of white wine with the other at a Manhattan liquor store. Dr. Mahmoud denied wrongdoing to the New York Post, which was first to report the lawsuit. Miss Willow, an up-and-coming model and singer, appeared in a profile in Maxim earlier this year after scoring a number 8 song on iTunes R&B Soul charts and launching an optical boutique whose clients reportedly included Keanu Reeves and Jennifer Lopez. It took her a lot of courage to get to where she was able to move forward, attorney Hutchers told Fox News Digital. We were unaware of this for a while, but you can't force somebody to do something until they're ready. The couple met during a yacht party in Miami. Shortly after they began dating last April, Dr. Mahmoud invited Willow to move into his $1.7 million Fifth Avenue apartment. Then, according to the lawsuit, he allegedly locked her up like a sex slave with drugs, intimidation, and violence. She later learned her new boyfriend was an alleged sex addict that regularly engaged in sex acts with prostitutes and would force himself upon her regularly, whether she consented or was even conscious, according to the lawsuit. A month after she moved in with him, she awoke in the middle of the night, June 7th, 2023, a Wednesday. She heard noises in the living room. She went to check and allegedly found her new boyfriend, Dr. Mahmoud, partying with 3 prostitutes. Upset and confused, she kicked him out, the lawsuit states. Then the doctor allegedly beat her unconscious. She woke up in excruciating pain, with her eye swollen shut and other bruises all over her body, according to the lawsuit. She later learned her right orbital socket had been fractured. Despite her injuries, she was allegedly held captive for a month and denied hospital care. An NYPD spokesperson told Fox News Digital the department did not have any complaints on file matching the specifics of the attack alleged in the lawsuit. Dr. Mahmoud, monitored her location via her cellular phone and issued grave threats of severe consequences should she attempt to leave without express permission, the lawsuit alleges. In fear for her life, Willow complied. However, the need for treatment was obvious, and Dr. Mahmoud, a plastic surgeon, allegedly attempted to patch her up on his own. He feared that Willow would disclose the beating to a therapist or physician, and so he decided to exploit his status as a medical doctor and administer drugs to Willow, the lawsuit alleges. Specifically, Dr. Mahmoud prescribed Willow with antidepressants and forced her to take medical-grade ketamine in order to keep her obedient and compliant. In addition, rather than permit Willow to treat her broken orbital socket, Dr. Mahmoud elected to use his medical practice, Alenia, to cover up the damage. So he wouldn't let her go to the hospital. He decided he caused the damage and now he's going to treat it without anesthesia. You know how painful that would be? In July, more than a month after the alleged attack, the lawsuit accuses Dr. Mahmoud of trying to cover up the damage with a tear duct filler, which he allegedly injected without anesthesia in a display of calculated cruelty. The procedure was excruciating and intentionally painful due to the lack of any anesthetic, the lawsuit alleges. Willow was left physically and mentally traumatized by the torturous experience. In a separate attack, she heard noises in another bedroom in Dr. Mahmoud's apartment and knocked on the door. A woman opened it and immediately punched Willow in the face, according to the lawsuit. And her then boyfriend, Dr. Mahmoud, allegedly held her down and let the woman pummel her. That incident left her with a bloody lip and missing fingernails, according to the lawsuit. According to photos included in the lawsuit. Wow, what a story. This woman went through multiple attacks, vicious attacks, allegedly, not only by Dr. Mahmoud, but by other women that he was allowing into the apartment while Miss Willow was even there. And this had to be one fearful circumstance. And in this allegation, if you listen to it carefully, it sounds very, very similar to what Puffy allegedly did to Cassie in that video and in his alleged complaint, and what he's been charged with. What in the world is going on in New York City? There is a lot of devilish and demonic and untreated mental illness that is running rapid throughout not only New York City, but throughout many of our cities and our states and our country. This man took an oath to be a helper and a healer, and he is causing complete devastation and destruction to the women in his personal life. He has this outward appearance of being a upstanding professional, but allegedly he has an inward appearance of being a demonic, evil individual. Where is the humanity in this doctor's soul? How do you go to work and treat people every day, supposedly in a humane way, and then when you leave work and go home, you're treating your spouse or your girlfriend in the most inhumane way possible, physically attacking her? We're talking domestic violence, which is at an all-time high right now. We're talking about opioid crisis. He was allegedly sedating her with a medical grade ketamine, keeping her unconscious, unaware. And we're talking about untreated mental illness. Evidently, this doctor is a sick person if any of these allegations are true. So right now, it's just a civil suit. But as we all know, just like in the Puffy case, Puffy's case started out in civil allegations. R. Kelly had many civil allegations. Bill Cosby had many civil allegations and lawsuits. And guess what happened? That opened up Pandora's box for criminal complaints and charges. If these allegations are correct, the court, he now is going to be on high alert. And I'm sure after this civil or during this civil case or after it, he probably or will be criminally charged. This is a very unfortunate scenario. We're talking about kidnapping. We're talking about drug abuse. We're talking about domestic violence, near-death experiences. We're talking about doing medical treatments and surgery at his home, not in a hospital or in a safe place. There are so many violations that have taken place in this alleged story that this doctor is going to be in a world of trouble. Tell me what you think about this case of this plastic surgeon and these allegations and abuse that he allegedly committed against his model singer girlfriend within a year ago. Such a sad story. This has been the Trevor Donald Experience. Manifest your truth in a positive, righteous, and God-fearing way.